Hello my fellow Vaders. Today we're going to be covering the brand new update hitting within less than 12 hours. It's going to unlock a new map, a new event, and new enemies and weapons and more. Stay tuned so that way you don't miss out anything for when this releases at 3:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you can convert that depending on your time zone. So to begin, the community event unlocked, breaking new ground. We'll watch the trailer teaser here in just a moment, but I just want to talk about the event since we do have some information directly from Embark on this. Now on November 13th, which is tomorrow, the new event, Breaking New Ground, is going to begin. In this event, players are asked to contribute resources to the tunnel project. In Speranza, nothing comes for free, and the tunnel project is no different. Basic materials must be collected and donated for the restoration of the tunnels to reach the 5th map, Stella Montis. Any player that has played at least 5 rounds can participate in the community event. So as long as you have a few rounds underneath your belt later, you should be able to get in and help out with the event to unlock the new map. Now, the new map probably is not going to be unlocking tomorrow. At least not completely unless everybody joins up together. Them hitting 700,000 plus concurrent players across all platforms, it might actually be easier said than done. Or maybe not. Now the big materials you're going to need for this event are the following. You got metal parts, fabric, chemicals, rubber parts, and plastic parts. Again, all the basic stuff that you can easily salvage and you can easily get from Scrappy the Rooster, or just from doing a bunch of free kits, or just going out of raids and just salvaging a bunch of goop and coming back with it. Now, you're going to hit a wall with this. You'll be able to donate, and when you do donate these goods, you're going to earn a new currency called merit, which is going to help you buy something or attain something within the event itself. We don't know what you can obtain. I'm guessing it's going to be cosmetic related, since they're not really doing a pay to win kind of structure, thank God. Now, that's not the only way to get merit. While there is a cap on how many merits can be earned for material donation, additional contributions will aid Speranza in reaching Stella Montis more quickly. Now, my guess is that this is going to be killing Arc, especially the new Arc that have been teased. The Shredder, which is going to be in Stella Montis completely, so we won't be dealing with that. But there's going to be the Matriarch, which a lot of people are suggesting might actually be this guy here, at least if you believe Reddit, which I do with a grain of salt. But a lot of people are suspecting that this is going to be the Matriarch. He's supposed to make the Queen look like a small fry. So I don't know if that video, that picture is actually the Matriarch, because it sounds like the Matriarch is supposed to be even bigger in scale, which I'm kind of hoping that it does something different instead of just, like, nothing against the Queen, but it just kind of walks around, stomps, and then shoots some lasers and other, like, rockets here. You know, it's a good boss, a good little fight, but I want something more. I want something that has, like, a legion of bots protecting it, and you have to, like, fight the army. If that's actually going to be the case, who knows? But I'm thinking Matriarch, I'm thinking Spider with a bunch of baby little spiders. That's what I would imagine when I think of a Matriarch. So hopefully we get that. Hopefully we'll get something cool. Who knows? I don't think they're going to disappoint us either way. Now, once we complete the restoration of the tunnels and unlock Stella Montis, this will trigger the next phase of the event, which is Staking Our Claim, a new progression track. Don't know what that is. They have not given us details about that, so we're going to have to work our butts off to unlock it. Now, before we get into Stella Montis, let's actually look at the trailer, which is going to be talking about said new map.
Look at this. Unsprung traps, blocked tunnels. Someone went out of their way to keep whatever's in there under wraps. If we're gonna get the tunnels opened through there, we'll need a lot of raiders to pull their weight. You up for it?
And I'm guessing that those clips that we saw of, like, the area is going to be the tunnels that we're going to eventually be going through to unlock Stella Montis. Again, we don't really know a lot. Like, they do talk about this, that the Stella Montis is carved deep in the northwestern mountains, which is going to be an abandoned facility that remains relatively well preserved compared to the wreckage of the lower Rust Belt. So everything we've seen right now, all the wrecks, all the eroded, kind of abandoned buildings and everything, that's not the norm. Apparently some places, say in the top side, are completely untouched, almost pristine. And looking at this clip, that actually leads credence to that being possibly a place where you can get even better loot, and they do talk about that. Now it's cold and so these ruins hint at what humanity left behind in its push towards the stars, which does kind of indicate, like how the finals and everything is talked about people going to space. Now, the reconstruction of the tunnels will trigger the next phase, like I mentioned. In this new progression track, where personal rewards and challenges will run for a limited time until December. So we have until the December patch, I'm assuming, or at least the very beginning of December. That gives us about 2 weeks to completely unlock Stella Montis and complete phase 2, staking our claim. How hard that is going to be, I have no idea. If it's anything like the talk of events where they've had you collect bandages or kill so many PMCs or kill so many, they've done lots of different quests. When we had to kill like the hooded ones and everything else like this, cultists, bosses, everything like that. I'm assuming it's gonna be a similar event to that. Hopefully not as insane as collecting 1 trillion bandages to unlock the next stage. Now going back, circling back onto the new Arc enemies like I talked about, the Matriarch and the Shredder. Raiders who investigate Stella Montis will uncover rare resources, new gameplay items, maybe even schematics, long lost technology. Now, this is gonna be probably guns similar, think of like the Jupiter, where you have your laser energy cartridge that massive damage and just kind of one-tapping everything in sight, at least Arc. This might actually bring something bigger than the Jupiter, the legendary weapons that we have at the moment. Better than even the hairpin pistol. Now the Northline update also introduces 2 new Arc enemies, each bringing distinct challenges to those who are brave enough to venture topside. The Matriarch is an imposing Arc machine that makes the Queen look friendly and can be found during specific map conditions. This is what I was talking about with the Matriarch being bigger than the Queen. And this boss here doesn't look bigger than the Queen. Granted, it could be the angle, but I don't think this is gonna be it. I think the Matriarch is gonna be something we've never seen before. Possibly those giant machines you see at the distance of the maps, such as Blue Gate and everything, just walking in the cliffs like it's a Sunday stroll. That is what I'm thinking is the Matriarch. If I'm proven wrong, or if I'm proven right, only time can tell. Now, the Shredder, that one's gonna be a little bit interesting. The Shredder will first appear in Stella Montis. It's gonna challenge raiders to stay sharp in close quarter encounters. Now, I'm thinking Shredder, I'm thinking it's shooting a lot of projectiles, little, like almost like a shotgun blast of the shrapnel at you fast as fuck boy, as some might say. Now, I do think this is probably gonna be more of a swarm enemy. At least I would imagine. Maybe you'll see like 2 or 3 of them, and they're just grouped up, and they will just wipe your team out. Kind of like how the Hornet is always around with a couple wasps. I'm expecting something like that. I don't think it's gonna be flying. I'm going to be expecting it to be something a little bit more grounded, because if it is firing a shotgun-like projectile, it can need some legs to stand on for the inertia and everything of that. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but hey, let me know what you think the Shredder is gonna look like and do down below. Maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what we say. Now there's gonna be a new legendary weapon, like I talked about, so something probably as good, if not better than the Jupiter than what we have. 3 new mine types and 2 new grenades. Now the 3 new mines, I believe they said was going to be gas, electric, and explosion jump mines. I don't know what that exactly means. Hopefully it's not as broken as the flame mine, which can one-shot a queen, which is why I think they've disabled the queen at the moment. Hopefully they get that fixed, because that queen is definitely fun. The 2 new grenades, don't know exactly what that's going to be. I haven't really seen anything that I could confirm or have any credible sources yet, but the 2 new grenades could be interesting. Now the Northline is just the beginning of the Arc Raiders post-launch roadmap. The next update, Code Snap, arrives this December, which introduces the Flickering Flames event. So we have 2 events almost back to back. We have 2 weeks of this new event where we have to stake our claim and unlock Stella Montis. Then after that, we have another event with a new seasonal effect of snow. It's just going to be one event after another, which is going to just keep the game alive, for one, which I don't think that's going to be an issue at all for Embark. But it's also going to keep things always changing, so you always have to be willing and ready to adapt for any given moment. Now, another update, which this one's already live, and some people don't know about it, so I want to make sure everybody does know about it, is that they have added dual matchmaking, and they've updated the store. Now, dual matchmaking, they have suddenly tested, and they have enabled dual prioritized matchmaking starting this week. Now, it will work like this. First, they're going to prioritize solos and squads to play separately. So that they've already been doing. It's not like So they've already been doing the solos and squads separately. That's nothing new. We're already aware of that, and a lot of people are enjoying it. However, after that prioritization, when you have your squads in their own little bubble, it's going to prioritize putting the duos with the duos and the trios to play with the trios. Now, they are noting that it's not 100% guaranteed. It's more likely, but not promised. So make sure you understand that you're more likely going to run into duos when you are running duo, but there could always be a third around, so be careful and watch your corners. Now, the store cosmetic prices. This is a massive W. Super happy from Embark, and really kind of surprised that Nexon is even doing this. So I don't know if they changed the ways. I'm not gonna get that hopeful, but Embark is doing a clutch job. We've heard your feedback. We've reviewed all prices and made adjustments to lower the prices where applicable. Revised prices will go live tomorrow, which is Thursday. And for any raider who's already made a purchase on the old pricing, we'll compensate you for the difference. These raider tokens will be refunded back into your account automatically in the coming week. We're getting a refund, so if you've already bought all the cosmetics for your chicken and they reduced the price by half, you're getting all that back. I don't know what the pricing is going to look like, but I believe it's going to be a lot more fair. Spending 800 coins on a chicken hat, which you really don't even see most of the time, is a little insane. I'm not gonna lie. I bought them all, don't get me wrong, because I want to, I want to make sure Scrappy's well tended to. I take care of my pets here. But I don't know what the pricing model is going to look like. It just looks like it's going to be a better pricing model. And it's just awesome that they're actually giving out refunds for people that have already put in money. They're not leaving anyone in the dust, so to speak. Now, the Raider decks. At the moment, we have one free Raider deck, which we all know, which we're all grinding away or completed if you're a No Life or Giga Chad. Now, in the future, you're going to see both free and premium Raider decks. These are kind of like battle passes. You can also think of it more equivalent to like the War Bonds in Helldivers 2. That's what they feel like to me, and they're actually all structured almost identical. That you have to unlock the first page before you can unlock the second page, and then you have to unlock so much of the second page before you can unlock the third page, and so forth and so on. They really feel just a lot like War Bonds from Helldivers 2, so if you know how that works, it's basically the same thing. And with Helldivers 2, you can buy War Bonds or you can earn them. So they kind of did this in a way so that way you can have your free Raider decks, but you can also have the paid ones. But there's a caveat here that you should definitely know, and this is a good caveat. Gameplay items are only in free Raider decks. To help you along the way as a new Raider, we have included some gameplay items in the free Raider deck, which can be unlocked via progression. There are no pay-to-win items in the premium Raider deck. I just want to reiterate that. There are no pay-to-win items in the premium Raider deck. So even if you spend your money, you're not going to get an advantage compared to other Raiders. No one's going to get an OP silencer that just one-taps you from a mile away. Nothing crazy, thank God. The focus of premium decks are based on cosmetics and convenience. Now, sure, maybe you'll get like 100 rusted Metal Gears. Cool. You can grind those out in like a couple hours, yes, or you just buy the premium Raider deck and just forego that grind. So it seems like it's going to be more focused on cosmetics and getting rid of some of that grindiness, but not completely. So it's a pretty good way to balance it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what actually comes about it as they progress and put these out. Now, that's all I got for you today on this way to updates. Let me know what you think of the Matriarch and what do you think of the new map. Do you think it's going to be OP? Do you think it's going to be PvP Playground? I'm curious to see. I definitely think it's going to be a lot more exciting and crazy than what we've even seen at Blue Gate. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I will see you howling for the next one. My back.